Yes, now for more on that story, let's go to London, where we're joined by our correspondent in the British capital, Jonathan Sacerdoti. Jonathan, good evening. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Good evening.
Jonathan, firstly, you have the latest numbers for us from the polls on how Britons will vote to stay or leave the European Union.
Yes, well, those polls are often confusing. What they're being so today from The Independent on Sunday showed a 15% point lead for the stay campaign, that is those who wish to stay within the European Union. But these polls generally need to be averaged, as they all show slightly different things. But still, as things stand, as has been the case for some time, more people wish to remain in the European Union. That said, this afternoon's news from Boris Johnson, the very influential politician and Mayor of London, that he is going to campaign against David Cameron's position of remaining in the EU. He wants Britain to leave the European Union. He's been sitting on the fence for some time. Well, that decision may prove to be something that will help swing that opinion in the nation. He is possibly the most popular politician in the country. With a rather maverick style, he's often able to convince people who are undecided themselves and more regular, less politically interested people.
And Jonathan, you're mentioning that the polls are confusing. It seems to be that there's maybe confusion within cabinet ministers too. It's a very risky situation for Cameron, it would seem, to oversee such a division.
David Cameron has said, and it's been his position for some time, that he didn't want to stay the leader of the Tory party, the Conservative Party, for more than 2 terms as Prime Minister. So with that said, there has been for some time a number of people within his own party vying for potential leadership of the party after him. A big one of those is Boris Johnson, and another is Michael Gove, the Justice Secretary. Both of these men have now said that they will be campaigning to leave the European Union. Boris Johnson today joined Michael Gove, Andy and Duncan Smith, Chris Grayling, Theresa Villiers, Priti Patel and John Whittingdale, all of whom senior Tory politicians have said that they will be campaigning to leave as well. So this could be make or break for Mr Cameron, who made it a manifesto pledge to give the British people the referendum in the first place, but then made it quite clear that with his deal that he negotiated over the last few days, he wished to campaign to stay within the European Union.
Yes, Jonathan Sacerdoti following the story for us still in London. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.